What's up guys, Causeway Giant here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Diamond Select Marvel Select figure of Doctor Strange. Yeah guys, Doctor Strange is finally released in cinemas, so I thought what better way to celebrate it than reviewing this figure, because it is an awesome figure. And actually I picked this up at Comic Con for £20, and that year I dressed up in a costume that was based on this figure. Like when we were making the costume, we were looking at a picture of this, so it's basically the exact same as this. So this figure has a special place in my heart. Let's take a closer look at the figure first. The whole way through this figure, the paint is amazing. Right along these boots here, it's got a black undertone, but then a kind of greyish wash at the top of it, so it kind of highlights all the stuff, which looks awesome. And then these kind of like sculpted on lines and grooves here to make it look like the seams of the leather. They just look awesome. And then right up here, you know, you can see all the muscle details up there, even though Doctor Strange wasn't really that muscular of a character, but I mean every superhero has to have huge muscles now, don't they? As we go on to the tunic again here, you can see it's got another good transition with the kind of light blue and the dark blue to highlight all the stuff, and the sculpting details are really good on this as well. The material is nice as well. It's kind of like a rubbery plastic, which is what this should be, because you know all those Black Series figures that have got that kind of clothy material? It just doesn't look good on this, because you've already got the plastic looking like leather, and then you're adding cloth on the top of that, so it just makes it look weird. But this is how it should be done, you know, just plastic the whole way through, because it just, you know, it looks better. Then up here there's this yellow belt going around his middle, trailing down here, and the sculpt on that is really good, the way it curls around like that. It's awesome. You can see here along his top half, his symbol is painted really well, good transition, doesn't bleed very much. And the sculpting on this is really good, you know, with all the ripples and the seams in the tunic. It just looks awesome. And then going along down here, his arm, as it transitions onto the yellow, it's really clean. And then he's got these weird black dots on his glove, and none of them fall inside the sculpted circle. Like that one's completely off. I don't know what is going on there, like, because everything else is so clean, and then there's just these. It's just a bit weird. But along down here in his hands, the sculpting on this is amazing. Like, because these are gloves, but you can see there's the lines of his hands. And then if I zoom up really close here, you can see he's got these little sculpted lines where his digits meet, and then his thumbnails there, and that looks awesome. And then on the other side of his hand, it's the same. You can actually see it clear there, you know, just where the digits meet. It's really impressive sculpting. And then on the other hand, he's doing that classic Doctor Strange symbol. It's awesome. I'm really glad that they added that in, because it's an awesome thing. And then, you know, more of the digit sculpting there, and then along there, the palm of his hand, it's just incredible. I can't believe they actually managed to sculpt that so well. And then the fingers are really well done. You know, it looks realistic. Onto the tunic then, you can see he's got the Eye of Agamotto right there, which looks incredible. You know, the gold, and then the kind of greyish wash to make it look a bit dirty, and then the sculpting on it. It looks like the Eye of Agamotto. And one of the things I really love about this figure is the tunic. Like the way it ripples, like if you can see it from the back, it like builds around him here, like it's kind of gustling on the wind, groups around here, you know, sits back, hunches over his shoulder there, and that kind of comes past his hand. You know, the shape of it is really good, and you couldn't do that with cloth. This is why plastic needs to be used when you're doing these kind of 6-inch figures, because it just does not look right otherwise. Like, you know, but it looks so cool with the way it kind of bundles about. I really love it. On the sides as well, he's got these really impressive looking gold runes, like kind of fabric-y effects going along the side, and you can see it bundles up there a little bit. Really clean, doesn't bleed onto the red at all. It's awesome. And then it's the same on the other side as well. You know, it just looks really good. And then onto the actual hood frilly bit, he's got more of that gold and more of the runes. The frill itself is really good, you know, it's quite sturdy, so there's no real risk of it kind of getting bent out of shape or anything. It's, you know, it looks like he does in the comics. But what is really impressive about this figure is the face. The face is so detailed. You can see there the beard, really clean, lips are really clean. And then all these kind of grooves here kind of show the aging in his face and the highlights in it. It's just amazing. You can see there his furrowed brow shows the sternness, and the eyes and the eyebrows are just really clean. It looks exactly like what a human face would look like, and that's hard to do on this 6-inch scale. And then along his hair, it's really clean, the transition. There's a little bit there that like comes out, and it's pretty cool because it shows that, you know, his perfect hair, and then there's a little bit sticking out there. And then the white highlights in his hair that are really famous on Doctor Strange are present there as well, which look cool. It's just awesome. I love this figure so much. As for the figure's articulation, it is not the most, but that's mainly because of the cape, you know, it really restricts it. But he's got a little ankle swivel here, which helps when you're posing him. And same on the other foot as well. And then he's got a double knee joint, so you can bend it forwards like that there. And then again, though, the cape restrains it there. You can see it. You can really bend his legs quite far. They go forward like that there. This little tunic bit does restrain the motion there. And they come out a little bit as well like that. And then there is a swivel here. Oh, that's pretty stiff at the waist. He's got a ball joint here at the shoulder. and then a little swivel up there, a hinge joint at the elbow. The joints are pretty stiff on this figure. Another swivel there, and then you can move his hand up and down like that there. And then the head does turn a little bit, but it's very, very restricted because of the hood thing. You know, the articulation isn't really that big of a problem with this figure because it just looks cool standing there, you know. He also comes with a few accessories, so let's just go through them now. The first of these is this magical orb thing, and it's pretty cool. Like, it's a translucent material, so you can see right through to his hand. It's nice gold on it. It is pretty loose though. I'll just show you attached onto his actual hand here. So you can see it just sits on like that. You know, it is pretty sturdy, but then if you knock the figure at all, it does, you know, it comes off pretty easily because there's not really any support. Like, there is this little peg thing right there, but it doesn't secure onto anything, so I don't really know what that's for. But, you know, it's a nice accessory. He also has this little chain necklace, which originally I thought was another Eye of Agamotto, but then it doesn't, you know, because it hasn't actually got an eye, so, you know, it can't be the Eye of Agamotto. And it has a little pin there where it attaches onto the body. Again, you know, it's got a nice little grey wash onto the gold to make it look old. It is a kind of metally plastic chain, which is very shiny, and I like that. Finally, like all the Marvel Selects, he comes with this base, which has some assembly required. You just clip this little mirror thing onto the back, and then it's like a window from the Sanctum Sanctorum. And it's got this kind of sculpted on smoke, and it looks pretty cool. So here's the figure in all of his strangeness, and I gotta say, I absolutely love it. As a fan of Doctor Strange, I think they've really, really captured how he looks in the comics, and the sculpting and the painting of this is just incredible. Yeah, there's a few little nitpicks where that thing there is really, really easy to come off. Not that much articulation, a little bit of bleeding of the paint, you know, and those little black dots, but you know, they're very minor. So I'm going to give this figure a 9.7 out of 10. Guys, if you enjoyed this review, then be sure to give the video a like, and remember, if you want to see more, then hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you later. Bye!